Hi, welcome back to ODE YouTube channel. My name is Paulo and I'm here again today to make some tests to these little brass stoppers for international cartridges. These are made by Gabriele Falcinelli in Italy, and when I showed them to you first time, some users were afraid of some adverse effects, and that's what I'm going to try to test. One is that this could, because it's metal and it's hard, it could enlarge the opening of the cartridge and then it would not attach back on the pens. So this is one of those fake cartridges that come in Caveco and many other pens. So this is here, and I will leave these for some time with inside, at least for 2 weeks. It has been for some days here, and I will leave it for some more time here. Another test, another worry, concern people talked about, my viewers, was about corrosion, because brass could be corroded and some problems in contact with ink. So I will leave one unused, this one, so it is here. It will not corrode because it's not in contact with anything unless besides the air, sorry, not hair. I have here a little vial that has just a little bit of water in the bottom, and I will put one of the stoppers inside, and it will be inside the water. There it is, almost all underwater except for the little top. So I will leave it in the water for 2 weeks. Today is the 18th June 2020. So in 2 weeks I will come back and check how this is and show it to you next in this video. Also, another thing that I will do is put one of these inside ink. So I open this, I will put the cartridge, the ink stopper inside there, and I will use one of the inks that people say it's more hard on pens because it could clog and could corrode and everything else, which is this discontinued and unused Parker Penman Ebony, a beautiful black, and this is an old bottle that I have around, and I will put this is here for a long time, so the inside of the cap or the lid stuck to the bottle. Okay, now it's off, and I will put a couple of drops of these rare and hard to find ink and potentially dangerous here, just for testing. Some people may be thinking that I'm crazy because I'm spending these almost impossible to find ink to make some chemistry lab tests. Okay, I need to do something. This one has the inner thing and it is empty. I need to invert the bottle to let ink to go into that little inkwell, and now I can take ink out. So let's just put a couple more drops there. Okay, I think this is enough of waste a rare ink, but that is known to be problematic. It has a very strong smell. Okay, and the vial is there inside. I cannot show you because the ink is very dark, but believe me, there, it is there. It is covered with ink, the other one is covered with water, and the other one will test why this isn't focused, okay, and the other one will test the cartridge opening. And so I'll be right back with the rest of the video 2 weeks later. And today it is the 3rd of July when I'm recording this, and this is the end of the tests that I done with these brass stoppers. The only problem with this is that because I'm testing them, I can't really enjoy them in real use, but after this I will, I'm sure. And I really made these tests quite extensively, I would say, and because it would be really important to show you the results. There are many comments wondering if they will hold up with time or if the cartridge will hold with these brass stoppers, and so let's see the results now. First, these have been here. I've been taking them out and putting them in regularly and having them shake them and so on, and they never get loose. So they are not with ink, so I don't know if they will leak any ink, but I'm sure they won't because they are very securely fit in place. They will not fall at all. I tried that. It will not fall by accident. The only problem you have for a leakage is that if you have a crack on your cartridge, but sometimes that happens. It didn't happen with these, but I had that happen before, mostly with Waterman cartridges. I think they are quite prone to crack on the mouth, let's call it, of the cartridge. Now, one of the tests was leaving these for 2 weeks with the stoppers in. Some I took and put again, just to see how the cartridges would hold with this. And this part of the test I already tried, and I saw some things, and I have to show it to you. So I will get my Kaweco Art Sport Amber just for demonstration and showing off purposes, and I'm showing Kaweco, a Kaweco pen, Kaweco Sport, because Kaweco Sport I think will be one of the pens that will gather most people using these, because they can only fit short international cartridges, so perfect match for these, and the proprietary small converters don't have a big ink capacity, so people don't use it that often. So this, I think, this is the target product for people who use only short international cartridges. And now, what I found. This one, let me see if I can show it to you. I will try not to get this too long, but I don't know if I can. This is a Kaweco. I think you can see the engraving there. This is a Kaweco cartridge that was an empty one that was inside the Kaweco and fitted Kaweco. Now, after 2 weeks, I take the stopper off, and you can see it is snugly there, and I put the Kaweco cartridge into the Kaweco pen, and I do like this, and it no longer holds in place. So we can guess that the stopper enlarged the mouth of the cartridge. But I have here another cartridge that is not branded, so I don't remember which brand is this, but it is not Kaweco. And that one, if I put it there, it holds on place. Not very securely, but it holds. And I have another one, ones that come empty. These ones without the bottom. I think these came with a Faber-Castell pen, I'm not sure anymore. And when I put this one, it is snugly in place. So, my theory is that Kaweco cartridges have somehow a softer plastic that will not hold with the inside pressure of these for that long. But you have other choices of international cartridges, and this one, for example, it fits. So I will not say it is a problem of the stoppers, but maybe a problem with some kinds of cartridges also. Don't forget that Kaweco pens are somehow very harsh on the cartridge they use, because I think everyone heard sometime or had that experience of having a Kaweco like these, and once they removed the barrel, the cartridge fell into the barrel and was a mess with ink. It happened to several of us. Kawecos may have a little thinner tube where this fits, and maybe if they are a little bit larger they will not fit. So what I thought, I need to check another international cartridge pen. My light here went off, but I think it's out of batteries, but I think I can keep up with the video. So what I was telling is that I can have another pen that takes international cartridges and check it. This is a Montegrappa Fortuna hardwood, and the wood is pear. And let's see, I have here the cartridge from Kaweco, which is the most problematic one, and it fits snugly in place. The unbranded one also perfectly, and the open one that was the best fit of all also perfect. So with Montegrappa there is no problem. Visconti Breeze. Let's do the same order. This is the Kaweco. It fits, but not very securely. This is the bottomless one. Fits well. And the other one also fits. So the Kaweco cartridge had the same problem with the Visconti Breeze. Then some more pens. Rotring Esprit, to have different brands. Kaweco cartridge, the loose one, perfectly fit. The one with no brand, perfect fit. The one with no bottom, perfect fit. So no problem with rotring. And I have full of parts of pens there. Then we'll go to the final two pens. I could be here doing this forever, and I don't think it's needed, or it is even helpful. This is a Benu Supreme, wonderful pen, and it takes international cartridges also. Let's start with the Kaweco one, the problematic. It fits, not very securely, but it does fit. Then we go to the one with the bottom, with no brand, fits very securely, and then we go to the one with no bottom and very securely also. And finally, let's go to another green pen. This is the Waterman Reflex. This is an older pen. So we have here modern, more recent pens and some that are not vintage but are older. Kaweco cartridge, the loose one, fits perfectly. The one with the bottom with no brand, perfect. The one with no bottom, perfect. So let's go for the conclusions. I cut the video there and I put a new light with fresh batteries working, and what I have to say is that the stoppers may have some action of enlarging the mouth of the cartridges. However, it doesn't happen with all the brands. As far as I can see, it was much more pronounced on Kaweco cartridges, so I don't think the Kaweco cartridges will be the best ones to have these stoppers if they will be used with Kaweco pens and Visconti pens. Of course, I could go for much more extensive testing and I would be here talking for over 1 hour if I tried every cartridge, international cartridge pen that I have. I don't think it's worth it. So, the problems I had with these stoppers were only on Kaweco branded cartridge and only one. So I have only one sample that I'm doing. To be a real study, I'll have to have much bigger samples. But this is just for you to see that how this will behave. So the only type, the type of cartridge with which I had problems was Kaweco cartridges, and they only had problems fitting the Visconti Breeze and the Kaweco Sport. They fitted perfectly the Waterman, the Bennu, the Rotring and the Montegrappa. So did they deform a little bit the mouth? Yes. Did they make it useless? No, it can be used, but not with Kaweco or Visconti. About the other two brands that I don't really know which they are, or they were, there was no change in the behavior of these cartridges. They fit all the pens, including the Kaweco. So I cannot say that the stoppers really change the way the cartridge behaves. I just think they just change the behavior of the Kaweco cartridges and mostly on Kaweco pens, because I think the other brands are more tolerant in the opening of the cartridge. I don't think the other ones will have any problem. So you can use it. Yes, maybe if you are using these stoppers to use in cartridge that will go into Kaweco pens, maybe don't use Kaweco branded cartridges. Simple as that. Okay, now let's go to the second part of the testing that I made. I showed you before in the same video, but it was 2 weeks ago for me. I had one cartridge inside of water, and I had one stopper, and another stopper there inside ink. And let's see how they are. And I will put here a cartridge stopper that was dry, in a dry cartridge, an empty cartridge, and I will take out the stopper that is inside water for comparison, and I think there is no much difference to be seen there. This is the water one, this is the dry one. I don't think there is any difference in color and shine, at least that I can notice. Maybe this gets a little bit darker, but no real problem. There is no real oxidation, maybe some patina, but even that I'm not completely sure. Now let's go for the harder test. So this is the water, the dry one, and this is the one that is inside the very nasty, people say, Parker Penman ink. And I'll try not to make a mess out of these. So the tweezers go inside. Oops, I let it fall. Let's get it again. Okay, here I have it. It goes into water. Then I need to clean it. This ink has a very, very strong smell. And not as strong in a nice way like the Parker ink. Parker Penman has a very distinct and not so pleasant smell. And now let's take the thing out of the inky water, put it here, clean it a little bit, and take a look. Corrosion? No, not at all. So this is the one inside the corrosive ink, people mention it like that. This is the second one, is the one that was in the water, and the other one was in the empty cartridge. And what do we see? I think the one that is less shiny is the one that was inside water. I think this one is as shiny as the one that was in the cartridge. So they are all the same. This is the one that was inside ink, and it still snugly fits. The ink did not corrode it and change the thickness. So this works, and I needed to do this kind of test because people were really interested in knowing about this. I was very enthusiastic about this product when I showed it to you, because I've been looking for these all my life, all my writing life, and this is great. And people started worrying about the performance. I think they perform very nicely. The only downside is when you use it in Kaweco cartridges that will go into Kaweco or Visconti pens. So these were the tests that I made. Maybe you can do much more tests, and you may say that my tests were not very scientifically, done in a very scientific way, and I should have done with 1,000 stoppers, 1,000 cartridges from 10 different brands. I know all that, but okay, this is just a pen review channel, and I try to test them with what I think can be a fair use of the product. And I don't think you'll put the product inside a vial full of ink. And I have to say that the performance was real good. I'm very happy with this product, and I'm happy that these 2 weeks of testing are over, because I've having these products for, I don't know, almost a month, and I didn't have the chance to use them properly for what they were meant. And I think soon I'll have some days off. I will go to some place in the off Lisbon to the interior of Portugal for some days of rest, and I'm sure I will take some cartridges with me with these stoppers, and now I'll be finally able to use it, and yes, they work. So I hope you like it. I hope that Gabriele Falcinelli is also happy with the results, because I think they are quite good. And please tell me your thoughts and what was your own experience with these in the comments below, because I think the more comments we can have about the performance of these kind of products, it will be better for every user and every viewer that will come and see. and I think it will be better for everyone if we share information. Information is a key for many things in nowadays. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe this is not a video for entertaining purposes, but I think this is very useful. I would love to see this kind of video if I was the one watching. So I will see you next video. Bye.